Hello, my name is Neil Foley and I'm the web editor for Aintree U3A. I'd just like to tell you in the next few minutes about a new resource that I've added to the website, which you can access via the newsletter tab on the horizontal menu options. And I'll leave a note for you at the end of this video about which can tell you exactly as a reminder how you can get to it. So once you've clicked on the link that's on the newsletter page, it brings you to this page. And this is a collection of resources which will inform you about what other U3As across the UK and indeed in other parts of the world are doing. So in a nutshell, what it is, you have three search engines here. Google, which I'm sure you all know, Bing, which is Microsoft's search engine, and Exelead, which is a much smaller search engine. There are many search engines besides Google, and Exelead is one of them. Now, as you can see in the search box here on the left, I've searched on the term U3A, and the one on the right is University of the Third Age. The reason I've done both these is that sometimes obviously the terms are used interchangeably, and by searching only on one, you might not get the results of searching on both. So it's effectively, if you like, dotting the I's and crossing the T's to make sure we get as full a picture as we possibly can. So if you look at the first results here, we've got under Google. The first one at Google, it says lots of members have braved the elements for 6-mile walk. So if you click on this link here, as you can see, it brings the story. It's the first one at the top of the list, Knutsford members, and it's reflected here on the right-hand side of the page. And if you were to click on this link here, it would take you to the story which appears in the Knutsford and Guardian, knutsfordguardian.co.uk. So it would open up in a completely new window, which isn't visible now, but I assure you it does open up. Now, this is a little bit cramped. You can't read all the headline and any other information that's related to it. So if you want to have a fuller picture, you can just put the cursor here so they get the double-headed arrow, as I'm showing you here now, double-headed arrow, and you can drag it a little bit further. Alternatively, what you can do, you can see there's the X here. You can close this down, and just by clicking it, it says close, and there you've got the full screen, so you can read much more information. It tells you the publication, and you've got the date here on the right-hand column, right down here, and you've got the full article. So, as you say, Knutsford is the first one. In fact, you've even got one here, Torrevieja, the third one down. I think that's Spain. Ah, yes, here, Euro Weekly News Spain. That's right. As I said, EU3A is a worldwide thing, and so the sources from all over the world. In fact, if you look here, there's another one from Euro, Lancashire, New Zealand, Kirkgate Centre, I'm not sure where that is, Renfrewshire, that's obviously Scotland. So there are many sources all over the world. So if you want to, you can, if you wish, scroll down them through here. As you see, it goes down the grey bar on the left is scrolling down. And so if you pick one, for example, Brighton University for the retired celebrates 35th birthday. And you click on that one, and it would open up. It's just as the same one did. It will open up in a new window, and then you can read it. And once you've finished it, you can close that new window down, and then you can close the X here on the right, and then this all open. You got the full expanse of the information before you. And now, once you've finished looking at this page, you see this grey box here in the top right-hand corner. The two arrows pointing inwards, you click that, and then you get back to the main page. And the same things again. You could obviously scroll down here. There's one here. This is Lake Macquarie. I think that's Australia. And as I said, there also is Brighton and Hove Independent, and that's for Google. Now, if you click onto Bing, it operates in exactly the same way. In fact, you'll notice Torrevieja story and the Knutsford story. They're both ones we saw just before. And as I said, inevitably there are duplications, but with having the range of search engines, you you often get things in one search engine which won't appear in another, because it's impossible for one search engine to cover the whole of the web. And each of these three, they operate in exactly the same way. If you didn't want all three, you only wanted, say for instance, you only wanted Google, then you can delete or deactivate those boxes, update it, and there you would have it just Google. Or maybe you would want to, another point of view. So just limit yourself to whichever one, two, or three, and then just update it, and then they're back again. All right. Now, as I said, I've searched here on U3A and University of the Third Age. Exactly the same search engine, the same things apply. So they operate in exactly the same way, but obviously with possibly slightly different sources. Now these sources are updated on a daily basis, because as you saw here, just go back into here. As you can see here on the left-hand column, it's going from 6th, 7th, 3 on the 7th, 5 sources for the 8th of November. So because we're looking worldwide, not just from one very limited place, there's much more scope for having a ready supply of information. And you can, I can't guarantee it, but there might well be the odd day or so where there's no information available. But it is, it's fairly, you can be fairly confident that you will get some information on a regular basis, something to keep you occupied with your reading if you haven't got anything else to read, which I'm sure you have. I would very much encourage you to look at this source, because no matter what your role is in the organization, whether you are a group leader, or you are a member, or whatever role however you contribute to it into U3A, this potentially has something to teach us, because some of the U3As have been running for many years more than ourselves, and they might well have lessons to teach us. For example, if you're thinking of setting up a subject group, an activity group, and there's another organization here, it could be in Spain, or it could be in Knutsford, or it could be in Brighton, or in Lancashire. You might well be finding something from here, that there's an article in a newspaper or some other publication which comes out, and it gives you an insight as to what somebody else has been doing, and they might not be very far away. So it's a chance to inform and educate ourselves as to what our friends and colleagues in other U3As are doing, as it could be local, or it could be the other side of the world, like Australia.